All right, Spirit, what is it that Aquarius needs to know? What message do you have for Aquarius today? Okay. All right, well, I'm liking what I'm getting so far, Aquarius. We have prosperity lies ahead. We have the end of a tough cycle approaches. And we have nothing as yet set in stone. Oh, I feel like you're waiting on the outcome of something. I feel like you're waiting for an answer. And you're not very hopeful about said answer. Because I think it almost feels like you were told A or B could happen, but A is the most likely outcome, and you want B. But it feels like with this nothing is yet set in stone, it feels like either things are going to go in your favor, or the answer you get can be adjusted. It's malleable. It can change. Even if you don't get the answer you want this first time around, maybe when you go back and try again, you'll get your answer. That's what it kind of feels like. Because we have prosperity lies ahead, and you're not going to be prosperous if you don't get an outcome that's favorable to you. It also could be that even if you don't get the answer that you want or think that you need, it's still setting you down a prosperous path. You just might not be able to see it yet. In any case, the end of this tough thing, this hard cycle you've been in, is closing out. It will be closing out once you get your answer. So what else does Aquarius need to know? What is their message today? Or let's build on this here. And I'm going to go ahead and say it's probably specific for some people, but it does feel like divorce. Like you're waiting on an answer around the end of a divorce, a finalization of a divorce. And what they're saying is even if you don't get what you wanted, the answer is not set in stone and it can be changed. That's the kind of the message that's coming through here, is that you are waiting for your divorce to be finalized and you're scared that the thing you don't want to happen is going to happen, but it probably is going to happen, but it can be changed. Okay. So that's a specific scenario for somebody out there. For others of you, you could have applied at 2 jobs and you really want the first job, but you're going to get the second job. And maybe you can go back and apply for that first job again later and get it later. Or this job that you didn't want as much is actually going to be way more prosperous than the first one. But this tough cycle of looking for a job is over. The tough cycle is waiting for a divorce to end is over. Those are kind of the 2 strongest messages. But whatever you're waiting for an answer on, it doesn't have to be those 2 things specifically, because this is a general reading. So whatever answer you're waiting for is coming. But it just feels like you're waiting for someone to give you some sort of answer, so then you can make a decision and move forward here. Oh, goodness. All right, so we have the Knight of Swords in the reverse. We have the Lovers in the reverse. That's what I was talking about. It feels like there's some choice or some answer that's coming, and it's either going to be answer A or answer B. And the Lovers is all about making choices and big decisions. Okay, when it's not tied to a romantic reading, it's about choices. Okay, and then we have the 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. So this Knight of Swords in the reverse, I feel, is that lack of communication, the not knowing what's going on. I feel like all of this is happening behind the scenes, and somebody like a lawyer, for example, is giving you information, but you don't really have direct contact with where the information is coming from. So again, it doesn't have to be that specifically, but there's just this energy of you not knowing what's going on. There's not a lot of clear communication, and it's kind of leaving you hanging. Again, with the Lovers here and the end of the tough cycle. Again, this could be the divorce, this relationship coming to an end and being finalized. But it could be something around a passion project or mission work or something that you've put a lot of self into, and there has to be a decision made, or you're waiting on the answer. Maybe you run a volunteer thing and you're waiting for an answer from the city to get you funding. Okay. And so now you're going to get all this funding and your program is going to take off. It could be anything like that. Okay. So with this Nine of Pentacles being in the reverse here, I feel like this is those of you that are going to get the answer you don't want, because Nine of Pentacles in the upright is somebody who's single and doing well on their own. With the being in the reverse, there's a bit of energy of greed. So somebody may be getting more than they should. Somebody's trying to take more than they should. And you're going to feel left a little unstable and a little uneasy here. But remember, nothing is set in stone. It's not an accident. This unsteady greed energy landed underneath this. It can change. You may have to go back and file again. You may have to go back to court again. You may have to request your funding again. You may have to apply to that first job again, because things can change. Energy changes, right? And there's always a reason, right? There's some reason why it doesn't work out the first time. It's almost like a test. Are you going to push and fight for yourself here, or are you just going to let the outcome be? It's kind of what it's feeling like. All right, so why is the Knight of Swords in the reverse? Why is it? Okay, see? We have the Two of Swords here. It came out sideways, but it feels to me it should be in the upright. You cannot make a decision with the lack of information. Okay, or somebody else is making this decision for you here. Oh my goodness. And look, we have Justice on the bottom. I don't really look at the bottom of the deck very much, but there's Justice. Okay, so somebody's waiting on a divorce. Somebody's waiting for the just end of a relationship. And in this card, you know, Two of Swords, she's blindfolded. She can't see what's going on. She's not getting any information. She has like very little control over what's happening. But it's underneath this prosperity lies ahead. So even though you feel a lack of control, you feel like you don't have a lot of input in the decision making, there's not very good communication, it's still a prosperous new beginning. It's just very kind of scary and uncomfortable right now. Ooh, because this tough cycle is going to close out, right? All right, why is the Lovers in the reverse? Yeah, we have the King of Cups in the reverse. It feels like a masculine energy that's being emotionally drained by this process. Or it is a masculine energy who is taking too much. So whichever side resonates with you, if you're a more feminine energy and you feel this masculine is being very greedy, taking too much from you, he's not loving he was never loving, he was not emotional, then, you know, or you could be the masculine energy and this whole process is just very draining on your emotions. Okay. And why is the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse? Okay, so you have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. We have the Knight of Pentacles on the bottom. I noticed it. I wasn't going to say anything, but I was like, there's 3 pentacles here. So it's like you're not going to get the beginning you were hoping for the most of you. But then it's going to slowly start to change. So for those of you that are waiting on a divorce to finalize, the greedy person is going to get their way, and you're going to be left feeling a little short-handed, a little unstable, and like you were shortchanged your new beginning. Because usually when you get a divorce, you are starting your life over, but you are feeling a little bit left out here. But I think whoever you're working with, for example, the lawyer, is going to go back in and take a more careful, more steady look and approach to this. What it almost feels like, and this is probably going to be very specific, is that this relationship, this divorce, needed to happen very quickly. So the process was kind of rushed a little bit just so that it could be finalized and you could legally be split and no longer tied to this person. And the lawyer probably knew that kind of rushing things was maybe a bit of a risk here. But then when he goes back in, now he has more time. Now you're legally divorced and no longer legally tied to this person. And now the lawyer has more time to take the case more slowly and more delicately and to get you the outcome that you wanted. Because we still have prosperity lies ahead here. Okay? All right, so that's just the specific scenario around the divorce. And then again, for others of you, you will probably be this Knight of Pentacles, taking a more slow, steady approach to reapplying for those jobs, to figuring out how to get funding for your volunteer program or whatever it is, you know. But this card I feel is the most important for you to focus on. Nothing is set in stone. Things can change. The first tough cycle is going to end here. You're going to feel a sigh of relief, and then you can regroup and approach again. All right, Spirit. Can we get a final word of advice here for Aquarius, please? Can we get a final word of advice for Aquarius, please? There we go. Ah, see the tortoise. You're too fragmented, so do whatever it takes to get grounded. You don't want to be in fragmented energy while you're going through this. I know it's very difficult if it's been a very stressful, long, you know, this doesn't feel like drawn out. This feels very quick, but it's just been very stressful. So it's time for you to do what you need to get grounded while this cycle wraps up. You don't want to be fragmented. I feel like some of you are acting like everything is okay, but on the inside, you're really falling apart. You need to let that falling apart energy come out. You know, break down and have the ugly cry in front of your friends or your family just to get it out is what it feels like. And even in private, I think a lot of you are trying to hold the emotions in, and that's causing this fragmentation within your spirit here. Okay? All right, Aquarius, I'm going to leave the reading here for you. If it resonated, please leave a comment, like, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.